All right.
Spirits are priceless.
Yeah, man. All right.
Priceless.
Well, we're going to try to pick it up, because they said the best teacher, you know, they said the spirit.
Yeah.
So you was talking about, we're going to pick back up again, stages of changes. Remember you talking about that? You remember what you were talking about? You want to elaborate on that?
Stages of changes?
Yeah.
We back?
Because we were saying about, we were picking up on, we left off about changes. You said when you're going through those changes, you remember at times when you would share with me sometimes when you said that when it's uncomfortable, that's good.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah. Well, you know how you get complacent with certain things. You get comfortable with it. You let your guard down.
Exactly.
You know, everybody can do anything to you because you're an actor that feels good.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good to you. You know, so this is when most of the stuff happens to you, is when you let your guards down, you're comfortable, everything's going right and all this. But nursing that change, or you get in a spot where you're uncomfortable, you retreat back to where you was comfortable. It goes back, because you can feel that, but you can't feel the present or the future. You can't feel that. This is something. This is when you'll go back to the past, so you don't have to deal with the present. That's the change right there. If you can't understand that when you resort back to the past and the present and the future, if you don't know the difference, then you're gonna constantly keep going through the same thing over and over again. You know how they say the past always repeats itself? Always repeats itself.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes, sir.
Always repeats
The
itself.
past is gonna catch up with you.
Yeah.
That's what I was always told to me.
Yeah. It always repeats itself.
Yes, sir.
And pain, if you can't learn, if you want to learn in a state of pain and misery, as opposed to inspiration and love, then there's something wrong. You know our life is really, really hard. If you go back in time, it's been really bad back there. The times back there, man, I mean, the poverty, the killing, you know, the taking advantage of your situation, your neighborhood, you know, it was really rough. We really started getting out of that in the 2000s. Now, the poverty rate went down over 50% since then. But we don't understand and try to deal with what we have. You know, we are complacent for where we at. We are not trying to grow. If you're not trying to grow, then you can repeat the past again. So whenever you feel uncomfortable with a situation, create a future for yourself. Because you're not going to find your future outside what you think, what you feel, what you taste. You know, you're not going to find that out there.
Yes, sir.
You got to create your own future. If you want it, you got to create it yourself.
Yes, sir.
Nobody's gonna do it.
Ain't nobody else going to do it for you.
Yes, sir.
So that's not
The sky's the limit. You should say that in the turkey house.
No, you good, you good. Yeah, man, that's good stuff. Because in creating a future, you know, for yourself, I realize personally that if I had a incident with an individual and it didn't go well, right? Then all of a sudden I preserved a relationship with an individual, even though it didn't go well. But yet we still have a relationship because I preserved the relationship, which means what I'm doing was creating what? A future for myself. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
You know, so you got to be, as it says, wise as a serpent, as humble as a dove. You got to be wise with this thing here, man. Because when you preserve relationships, it produces capital. Huh? Yes. So you like that, man? Yeah. That's true, Bill, though. I'm not saying just to say it. I'm saying it by experience because even when my brother Greg was talking about, in relation to even also with Joseph and anyone else, he was saying about, in regards to, create a future, don't be fearful for a woman to give birth? Huh? No, biologically, man. This shit is, what I'm trying to get us to see is we got to deal with this reality. You know what I'm saying? Because people always say that they fight demons and all that, but you're fighting the consequences of the decisions and the choices that you made. That's what you're fighting. Yeah.
You're the biggest demon.
Yeah. So we keep some things keep coming in our lives and prevent us from wanting to deal with what? With this reality. So we have to deal with the reality. That's why when you hook up with people, you know how, like, you hook up with like-minded people and do something foolish. Why not hook up with like-minded people and do something correct?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people support that. Man, you ever been with somebody, man, who will give you money to do something wrong, but they don't give you no money to do something right? You doing something right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. You see, you know what
Yeah.
it's when you go outside and deal with society, you know, their poison comes from them. You take on this mannerism because of the people that you are confronted with every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
They give you this feeling that you can't describe, but sometimes it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't describe the feeling, but it makes you feel good. And anything that makes you feel good, right, you want to go on with it.
Yeah.
Even though it might lead you down a rabbit hole you ain't even be able to climb out of. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch the people that's around you all the time because they give off bad feelings.
Yeah.
You feel it, you feel it, but you ignore it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now.
Right.
And if you like
That's right.
somebody,
That's right.
you know, if you like somebody,
Yeah.
and you like the way he do things because he's smooth, he cool,
Yeah.
you know, I like the way he talk, I like his mannerism,
Mm-hmm.
right? That mannerism could lead you to some place where you don't even want to be at.
Yeah. Because that mannerism could deceive you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something, man. They say that this drug addiction is what? Cunning, insidious,
Powerful.
and baffling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, let me be quite honest with you. I'll tell you a true story. I went to the store the other day. I saw a little bottle of liquor. I said, damn, I sure, man, I feel like I can get one. But I can't. Hey, boy, listen, listen, I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you, man. Huh? So a shot, you know what I'm saying? I like say, people are having fun, and I like say, I want to have fun again. You know what I'm saying? It's all in my mind. You know what I'm saying? But I know I can't do it. I don't know how. I've been around people who gave lectures.
Mm-hmm.
And they say they just came from a bar and drinking and give a lecture. I don't know how you do it. Look, I can't do it. Hey, it was show on me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a prime example of everything.
Yeah, for everybody, man. It was show on me, man.
Prime example.
But I was taking a course with this peer thing, and it was a juice, and I got it at Giant or Safeway, whatever it is. It had like 2% alcohol in it, and I didn't know it. It just triggered.
Start with a K or
I've been
something.
busy, huh?
Start with a K or something.
Conumbi or something like that.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's over there by the vegetables.
Yeah, I think it's healthy good, cause they tricked me.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
thinking, huh?
You know
What you say,
what
Johnny?
it is? Man, that's gonna come up.
Yeah.
Start with a K.
It tricked me,
It's
man.
over there by the vegetables.
Yeah.
I think it's made with
2%.
cabbage or
I
something.
don't know, but it's 2% alcohol. I didn't pay no attention to after fact. And I'm in the class. I'm saying, man, I'm starting to, it's 2%. I said, I'm starting to feel a little dizzy, man. And they looked at the drink. He said, man, people laughed. They were laughing. They said, man, I thought you knew alcohol in it. I said, hell no.
Never
Yeah.
been any treatment centers that paid attention, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They say our mindset stops when we used to put the chemicals and toxins in us and substances, you know?
Yeah.
And then we pick right back up where we come back left
Yes, sir.
off at.
Yes, sir. That's
That's
right.
what, it's a Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid. You understand that expression?
Yeah.
It's like, it's only gonna cover you for so long. It's a Band-Aid.
It wears off, man.
Yeah.
For a while,
Yeah.
it wears off.
You're always gonna be chasing the initial high.
Yeah.
All
And
the
you
time.
can't catch it. You're never gonna catch it.
Yes, sir.
It's like chasing the
It's
dragon.
almost like drinking
Chasing
old
the
juice.
dragon.
Exactly, chasing the dragon.
You only got 0.2% alcohol.
Yeah, I can't mess with I can't mess with none of it because, like, for me, I don't like looking like no fool for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So even when I'm preparing to present, I'm prepared. You know, I'm not gonna look like because I want to give my best to people who I'm engaging. I'm not gonna shortchange you because that's the problem with the society in which we live. many people, they will, when they call falsehood means selling you cheap. That's what they mean, selling you cheap, selling you short.
Tell you short.
Yeah.
Don't sell yourself short.
No question. And what happens is that the people who sell you cheap, they start to feed off that. And then therefore they become addicted to it. And then you become addicted to it. Then you become automatic pattern. You start selling yourself what? Cheap and short. Huh? Think about it though, man. Just think about it. Think about when you and I, when we were introduced to something. I was introduced to it, drinking at 12 years old. And my father gave me a beer and gave it to me, and I had a little sandwich, and next thing you know, my grandmother was there, and I said, I don't want that shit, and threw it on the ground. You know what I'm saying? But at 12 years old, and he thought that was cool.
That's the age.
Huh?
That's the age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the age, right there, 12.
And then what happened is, I didn't necessarily was trying to tell my story, but we can relate. This is men talking.
Yeah.
So, and then all of a sudden, man, then I started growing up in high school. Next thing you know, I'm having problems in high school now. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that, actually, I thought I should have played football, because I was, I ain't just like talking about myself, but I was a little dude, but actually like the top of the biggest guy. Y'all can't tell? Come and mess with me if you want to. But
His brains loose.
Yes, sir. So I thought I did, but I didn't. So I was going in and out, and then I stopped for 6 years, and I picked back up again. Yeah. And I stopped. So now I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I see the benefits in not doing it.
Dang. Yeah, it's priceless.
Yeah.
Priceless also.
I wouldn't be here talking to you all.
Yeah.
Huh? I wouldn't have really met this. We wouldn't never had a conversation.
Dang.
People see me, they say, man, I can't tell you over this thing. Yeah, because I knew that wasn't me. See, I always say that we all are created equal.
Yeah.
We all are created with the same, with faculty and conscience. The difference is how we use it.
Yeah.
The difference is how we use it. So, when Greg was talking about these changes, he was talking about, sometimes they make us, uncomfortable. But they're good.
Yeah.
It's all right to feel uncomfortable, man. Because that's growth. Growth is an impact, and development is to build upon the impact. Now, you can best distinguish where a person is psychologically how early he or she meets a crisis. You hear what I just said here? You can tell the psychological makeup or the psychology of the individual how early he or she meets a crisis. Huh? Think about it now. Now you know that what they call that, what's that cheetah that hunts a gazelle? Wake up in the morning, that gazelle know that cheetah see him, he gonna what? He gonna chase it. You know what I'm saying? We know Richard Pryor funny. Richard Pryor say that cheetah say, let's give him a little few more yards. You know what I'm saying? Then he go after him. But that's nature. But this is the point that my second point is that if we can be in harmony with our true nature, with ourselves, then those things outside of us, it wouldn't affect us, man. And that's the challenge. That's why, like when I said about discipline. Okay, yeah. Strength. We're talking about masculinity. Yes. Masculinity. It's not about a force that you have to, a force that you put on somebody. The masculinity is in the strength, and the strength is in being disciplined. Discipline. That's it, man. Because the prefix of the word disciple is discipline. Go ahead.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Discipline. So we have to be disciplined. Then the brother we'll talk about intelligence now, right? Man, like I said earlier, people always try to sell us cheap. People give the impression like they know every goddamn thing, Let me tell you something. There's a game called Monopoly, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Monopoly is that when you go around trying to get property, but you accumulate the money.
Love, man.
Huh? So you're monopolizing everything because you got the what? You got the money, right? But what you cannot monopolize is this here. It's intelligence. Nobody has a monopoly on intelligence. Huh?
I told the boys for years and years, I go like this all the time.
Yeah.
They said, Joe, what's that for? I said, this ain't no hat rack on my shoulders.
Yeah, man.
That's what my dad just said when we were little. This ain't no fucking hat rack.
Nah, nobody has no monopoly on intelligence, man. Nobody. And when a person come and think that all they doing is using you to exploit you, to benefit from your weakness, that you would accept that they have a monopoly on intelligence, and then therefore they get into your head, and when they get into your head, they're manipulating your thought, they're manipulating your mind, they're manipulating your feelings, and more than likely they're manipulating your behavior. Huh?
They're adjusted.
So you have to take the responsibility upon yourself that you don't allow anyone to manipulate your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, your attitude in the language that you say to yourself. Am I good enough? Yes, you are. Am I worthy enough? Yes, you are. Am I value enough? Yes, you are. Your value is unlimited. So yeah, no one has a monopoly. Then he talks about image now. We look at the word image here now. I like language, you know. I am. It's the I am. I am is a contraction word. It's like you get ready to give birth to something. And what you're giving birth to is age, which means you're giving birth to maturity. He says, it's an affirmation. He says, I am of age. I am of age. I am ready to accept the challenge that confronts me every day. I am the one that's able to deal with anything that may come my way. I am the responsible one. I am the one that's going to be accountable. It's called affirmative action. Huh? I ain't talking about no political stuff.
Yeah.
It is you who must affirm yourself. Nothing or no one outside of you should affirm you but you. All they can do is add to what you have and what you have to offer. So yes. Then he talks about character now. Huh? Character. I realized that character is the outgrowth of your humanity. Okay. Let's look at that. What do I mean by that? Because the issue is finding character resolved. The material that has been given to us to build on our humanity is character. Because this is. I realize that you or I, hear me good, and hear me good, we're only responding and reacting due to the extent of the damage and the injury that has been done to our humanity. We're resisting that. We don't like it. And it's kind of hard for us to deal with it and accept it. Do you know what really angers many of us? Is that when people use knowledge to take advantage of us because they are perpetrating a what? A fraud. And that angers us. And because they are misusing that knowledge. They're misusing that information. Huh? Just think about it. Think about it where we are now. Do you think right now, do you think I would love to be having 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 600,000 income? I would love it.
Love it.
I would love it. Look, but listen, it's a challenge when someone else has created a program system, and if it don't fit into their paradigm, into their program, then what I'm saying is not of worth or any of value. But I say that it is. It's not by happenstance that I'm here. I don't present like everybody else present. No.
You're you.
That's right. And that's the thing that we all got to come to a point that you have to be what? You. Because each blade of grass is different. There'll never be another Joseph, never be another Greg.
My grandmother said they broke the mold. My grandmother said it.
So now we come to this here, dealing with this what? Reality. Because we don't want to become disoriented, disgruntled, and disillusioned. And when we become disillusioned, we'll be under this here. We'll be under a what? Under a spell. Huh?
Oh.
The broads put
Ooh,
you under
boy.
a spell.
Don't go there.
They put you under a spell.
Under a spell.
Amen.
I ain't getting into the cursive language, but under a spell.
Amen.
From generation to after generations, we are responding to the what? To the spell that we are under. I need that. Listen, you just like this. You're the zombie.
Headed to the house.
Yeah, I need that.
Bells are ringing.
And then when someone gets to you, you're going to react on that spell again. You know, under what? Under spell. And then, not only are you under spell in that wise, then when you don't want to deal with this reality, you go get what? You go get high, or you do something not want to do. Under spell, man. A master magician will never let you know his tricks. Never let you know his tricks. Because he wants to keep you under his what? Under spell. Under his control. Huh? Not to mention, the brother again, he talked about his what? A clown. Everybody loves a what?
Clown.
A clown. Like you want to be loved by what? Everybody. And everybody ain't gonna love you, man. You're on that spell to do. You think everybody gonna love you. So what you need to do, what we all need to do is love what? Ourselves. Huh? For me, love is the manner and the way in which we communicate our humanity. That's a Kevin, by the way.
It's an I card, not a we card.
Yes, sir, man. You got to, man. Now, that's another thing that I wrote up there. Motivation and environment.
You have the rest of it?
Yeah, upstairs. The sister should say that when you go upstairs, what is it, to the left or right?
To the left, backward.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah, he comes back. Yeah. Yeah, once you go up to the stairs, you walk, make a right, then you're going to see something to your left. You're going to see an open space room, then you're going to see a door. Yeah, so a clown, we don't want to get out of being, a buffoon, you know what I'm saying? When somebody making mockery of us. And in fact, we got to realize that we don't want to make a mockery of ourselves.
Are they hating?
Huh?
Are they hating?
Yeah, that's the hate of the heck of the
The
thing.
clown makes a fool out of himself to get you.
Say it again.
The clown makes a fool out of himself to get your attention.
Get your attention, yeah. Makes a fool out of himself. So what is needed is that attention.
Your attention, yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't pay him no attention, he's not funny.
Yeah, that's right. If you pay no attention, you're not funny. That's right. So yeah, man. So motivation and environment. It says that environment dictates the pace. Some will question that. What's y'all take on that?
What is it?
It is. I said motivation and environment, and I says that environment dictates the pace. What's y'all take on that?
It depends on the situation. The environment
Surrounded
can
by,
motivate
you know.
you to move forward.
Huh?
Your environment can motivate you to move forward to bigger things. You don't want to be in that environment.
Okay.
So you've been motivated to move yourself from out of that environment.
I got you. Okay, you motivate yourself to get out from that environment.
Right.
Ah.
It's a bad environment. You don't want to sit there, and if you don't be stagnant, you never move. So you got to motivate yourself to get out of the situation or any situation. Your
Anybody else?
environment is
Good.
anywhere you at. Anywhere you at is your environment.
Let's look at these words. Good point there. Because I realize that circumstances makes us other than ourselves. People remove themselves from the circumstances, but you heard it. Monks get out of a certain environment, they go to another environment, to get the one thing I realize that many people do not want to experience is to be alone with their own thoughts. To be alone with their own thoughts.
The literature says an addict alone is in bad company.
An addict alone is a bad company.
You heard that?
Oof, I never heard that before. I never heard that one before.
Yeah, does it make sense?
Yeah, explain that one though.
Well, I mean, when we're alone, we're between our ears, We're between our ears, what are we going to think?
Yeah.
Like main man said, we're going to resort back, you know what I mean? If you ain't strong enough.
Yeah, okay, now I got you. So you got to be strong enough, right?
Be strong enough.
Yeah.
Stand on your own feet.
Yeah, go ahead.
But what if you're around people all day and you don't have time to gather your thoughts? You need time by yourself to gather your thoughts.
Yeah, good point. That's a good point. Good.
You gotta recharge sometimes. You gotta be by yourself to
Yeah.
along with your thoughts.
Yeah.
'Cause outside thoughts will, some people are empaths, so their energy just be off.
Yeah. Yes,
Other
sir.
people.
Yes, sir. No question about it. Even they say that what they call the good book, they say that even that person had to remove himself from the environment. Even though I don't get into none of that, but you know, you got to remove yourself. You got to remove yourself from it sometimes.
Yeah, if you're trying to think and you hear people constantly feeding you things that all you hear is what they say. You never hear your own thoughts. So when you're alone with your thoughts, you have time to gather.
Yeah, no question. Because I know that, man, I shut stuff down. You don't hear nothing. I mean, ain't no TV or nothing. I'm just shut down. I do that, man.
You was talking about something the other day why you shouldn't sleep with the TV on. You're unconscious.
Subliminal messages going on.
Yeah, that's all you hear. You don't hear your own thoughts. You hear whatever the TV says.
Now this is. Go ahead. Can I tell you what? Go ahead.
So you thinking everything the TV, so you dream it.
Yep.
It gets into your conscious mind, your unconscious mind.
Yep.
And you dream it, and you dream about what's going on the TV. And
yeah, man. It's sinking in.
You think.
Subliminal. It's in there.
Yeah,
it's sensationalism. That's what media, press, and television does. They feed you that mess, man. You know, if you look at, hey, man, what's the name said this, what's the name said that, and you all talking about something that y'all don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying?
The movie, you ever see the movie 28 Days Later? And anyway, they hit the monkey, they was injecting him with rage. Mm-hmm. But in the rage, they was having things on his eyes, and all he was seeing was wars and all that stuff going on, and that's all he's seeing. So subliminally, he was gathering all that stuff into his mind, which caused him enraged. The same thing if you listen to people say, oh, they went crazy because they listened to this rap music. Right. That's all you're hearing is your mind.
Right.
And it's influencing you.
No question.
Whether you believe it or not, you're influenced by the music you listen
No question. No question. No question. We're influenced by what we hear, what we see.
And then you start to believe what you hear, and you know it's not true.
And they put
all
you on
these rappers telling all this stuff, you know that's not true.
Yeah, and they put you on that spell again, buddy. Sensationalism. You be chasing that feeling. And that's what, you know, what drugs, you know, what we said earlier, man, you know, drugs, man, you know, you want that first feeling that you got, you want it to what? You want it again, yeah.
You've been chasing it for the rest of your life.
That's something, man, yeah.
You will.
Yeah, man.
Or trying to cover up things that you did that nobody still knows about to this day. That's something else. When you're living, when you have to go through life looking over your shoulder, literally, yeah, that's some messed up stuff. You know,
that's why they say you should never idolize anybody else. You can't live up to nobody else, like you just said.
Nobody else standing.
It's only one you. You can't be a Jay-Z or Lenny Kravitz or nobody else.
Yeah, man.
You can't live their life. Their life is not always great 24 hours a day. But you can't idolize people because they will let you down.
No question.
Somebody else.
Somebody else want to say something?
No, I'm just...
Yeah, you was on it, man. It's a good point. You know what I'm saying is that we chasing it for the rest of what?
Your life.
Yeah, good God Almighty. Whew. Man, and when you're chasing that, you lost. You only have this here. No purpose, man.
Yep.
No purpose, man.
Try to chase somebody else, you forget what your purpose is.
Yeah,
Two
man.
people had the same thing. They got where they at because that's what they good at. You can't be good at everything somebody else good at.
Well, I mean, also the society, can, you know, they program, they channel, they dictate that, they control all that stuff.
You don't buy it, they're not famous.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, man, so, what we want to get to here, when it comes to emotions, our thoughts, our feelings, our thoughts, our attitude, and what we're saying to self and our actions, Brother Gray was talking about earlier about, we got to be responsible. And when we look at the word responsibility in itself, it means responding to your ability. And I say that which is lost, that we have lost our ability to logically learn how to reason with one another. So it is our ability to be responsible. He also talked about not reverting back to the past, you know. And he was dealing with our emotions, you know, that our emotions would take us back there, you know. Then we will, you know, act out. I would say act out like a, like a immature or a child, you know what I'm saying? Act out and unable to cope and deal with this reality. While at the same time, Brother Sean was talking about the clown, you know, what he wants is attention. So, yeah, we want attention. You notice how some young child play one parent against the other. You know what I'm saying? You know, one child would say, well, Daddy said this, and he go to mommy, and daddy didn't say that, and then mommy go ahead and do what the child, what he wants, and get his way, and then the child is being manipulative. You know what I'm saying? Just to get his what?
His way.
Just to get his way. Now we know that if the drug is cunning, or the addiction is cunning, insidious and baffling, don't you think that you're gonna be cunning yourself just to get it? There are people that could be in this room right now, still trying to manipulate the conversation. They're trying to manipulate the exchange. They be trying to manipulate when this is gonna happen and when that is gonna happen. They don't know that they don't know that people don't see that drug is talking, man. That drug is talking.
Somebody told me one time.
Yeah, man.
Somebody told me one time your disease is so serious that it tricks you into tricking yourself.
Man, I'm telling you, you don't think it. Man, listen, we can talk all day long, but let me tell you something, man. Don't think. Only another man can interpret another man's experience based upon his own. Don't you think I know?
Everybody goes through it differently.
Yes, sir. Explain that.
I really can't explain it.
Uh-huh.
But everybody don't go through the same trip as another person.
Mm-hmm.
It's different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now the way I see that, I got you now. The way I see that is the matter of either dosage or the extent, like, for example, seconds turns to minutes, minute turns to hours, hour turns to days, weeks, months, and years. So I'm saying the accumulation of the extended amount of time which you have indulged in it makes it different. Makes it different. Now, but does not mean that if you haven't done it a certain amount of time, it does not mean that it could grab hold on you stronger than the one who haven't done it an extended amount of time, because I can never phantom. Go ahead.
Everybody trips differently.
Trips?
Trips.
You fall or trip like a trip you're taking?
Oh.
I'm with you.
I'm trying to get it out, but
State of mind.
everybody trips differently. Everybody geeks differently.
Okay, okay.
You understand
Okay,
that?
yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I got you. I'm glad you stressed that. Go ahead, Greg.
Let's go for the concept of individuality.
Mm-hmm.
Every person is individually responsible for their own actions, right?
Uh-huh.
Right? So they're gonna go through things different because we are different.
Uh-huh.
You know, your emphasis on certain drugs might be more than the next person.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to say, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got you. That's your stuff. I'm glad you make it clear. Because I got you now. Yeah, I got you. That's why sometimes I can say things, and I'm glad he's like a human interpreter. He can interpret what I'm saying. But yeah, that's good stuff. That's right. But it still has does it now? Let me ask this question before I say anything. Does it still have the same effect on you?
No.
Okay.
Everybody go through it differently.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I might take a hit of this.
Uh-huh.
Just like marijuana.
Uh-huh.
My first drug I ever tried was marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's high is not the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because now you talk about your bodily makeup too. You know, your bodily makeup too. Yep.
I got a question. Mr.
Go ahead.
Do you think your conscience and your mind are enemies?
Your conscience and your mind is enemies.
Your conscience will tell you something's wrong. Say you with a woman. Your conscience will tell you not to drink one more drink. But your mind will tell you if you drink one more drink, you could last longer in bed. They battle with each other. You know you shouldn't do it, but your mind say one more ain't gonna hurt. So
Okay, go ahead, Greg. You want to answer that?
You say consciousness?
your conscience, you're right or wrong, and your mind tell you two different things. Your conscience say, I want something to drink.
Right.
My conscience say, no, I don't do that. You will be cooked.
You talking about unconscious and subconscious?
Conscious like right from wrong, and your mind Your mind tells
Or your ability to distinguish between right and wrong.
Right. Your mind tells you to do something, but your conscience says you shouldn't.
Let me ask you this. The subconscious mind
Yeah, maybe
always deal with things that you don't have to say. This is something that picks up on everything in the room. Your conscious mind feeds the subconscious mind.
Right. That's what I meant.
Right. Right now, between those different states, let's say let's put it this way then. Let's say that your body is your conscious.
Right.
All right. You get high. Your mind telling you that I don't want to do this no more. I'm not getting high today. But your body say what? The biological process saying.
I can say it like this. There's been times when I've been drinking and I was so sick I didn't feel like it. My mind said, put something together and go get one more. Even though your body don't want to, your mind is pushing.
Your body is have a conscience of its own. Excuse me. Not a conscience of its own. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The mind might say, I ain't gonna do this. The body say, boy, you better get your ass up and go get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we can look at it that way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you're trying to say, right? Okay.
Okay, now let's look at this. You want to say something?
No.
Okay. Remember you said your mind, right?
Yes, sir.
The word is communicating something to your what? To your mind. Your environment is communicating something to your mind. The environment is communicating something to your mind. Word, what you're telling yourself, is communicating something to your mind. Now, your conscience will determine, is to distinguish, will convict you of that. Does that make sense to you? Because if something convicts you of it, you represent some form of guilt, and you become aware, and you know that is what? The word that has been saying to your mind is not right because your conscience is convicted. A child don't have to say anything before it's reading the body language and what they parent, reading the words, the environment, how they parents treat them. It's going into their what? It's going into their mind. So at a young age, thank you, brother. At a young age, as a child, those things that their parents were doing for them, all that stuff, they're communicating to the child. It's going to his what? His mind. Those become what? Words. Yeah, man, and then it starts to build on their what? It starts to build on this here. And then they start to behave in that manner and in that way. Huh? That's why I say this here, is that I realize when we're talking about managing our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts, and our attitude and our actions, we're talking about being not coherent, the continuity of our confidence. That means that what I'm trying to say here is that shucks, I just had the thought that's come to my mind of shucks, dang, just lost that thought that quick. But I was building on something in regards to being consciously aware of something. I can't recall it. God dang it. But yeah, man, I had it too. Just oh my God, I had it, man. I had it. Dang.
It works that way sometimes.
Yeah, they got me that time. Good God Almighty, I hate that. But yeah, that's one thing I hate. Man, people say hate is a bad word. Don't you hate being broke? Ain't nothing wrong with hate.
Everybody hates being broke.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying it's the intention of how you use the thing, that's all, man. Oh man, boy. But yeah, that's good stuff, man. I'm glad that you brought that up. And I'm glad that you shared that. And I'm glad, more importantly, I'm glad that you engaged in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because something it struck you. And then you start sharing. And you see, because the greatest distance between us all is a misunderstanding. Huh? Believe that. See? But now we came to understanding. Because what we want to deal with, displaying the model. That's what I want to talk about. Being the model that creates this flow, this continuing continuity of gaining confidence in yourself and in your ability for change. That's what I want to say. Yes, that's what I want to say. Because as I always say, what's it called? Lamar, what's the Kendrick Lamar? Please don't stop my vibe. You want to flow. You want a constant flow. And flow creates currency. And we know currency is also associated with money, but it also comes to deal with water, and water represents sensitivity. Huh? Water is sensitivity. But it also represents how you broadcast things. Can I prove it? You throw a pebble in the water, what's going to happen? That's rippling is communication. Huh? Broadcasting. You see? Yes. See, all these things are right before us. You know what I'm saying? But somebody somewhere done sold us cheap. They hide things from us. They keep hiding shit, so that they can continue to exploit it. Continue to take advantage of it. Continue to put you under their what? Under their spell. But we breaking spells of them. We breaking them, man. We break them. But the thing is that, like I said earlier, we will never change if we don't see an issue without action. We won't change if we don't have a desire for it. You have to have a desire for it. You talk about desire.
They say, Rooms Narcotics Anonymous, the only thing is desire.
Yeah, man.
Desire to stop. And word, 5 letters, 1 syllable.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. But we want to continue to move on. Any more concerns, questions, comments, challenges? We still got about 20 minutes to go. Anything you want to say, Greg?
You have a card? You have a card?
A card?
Yeah, like,
Do I have a card? No. I have a phone number.
Yeah.
Gotta make you want to get some there, man.
Yeah, you need to get back to me. I ain't give you no card.
Yeah, you can
You call me.
500 of them cards for $19.
You can call me.
Anything you want to share, brother?
No, you good.
Anything anybody else want to share? Well, I want to say, man, that I know y'all got phones, and I want y'all to take a picture of this, because those are some of the guidelines when it comes to recovery. Because what I wanted you all to do was to be able to. Oh, sorry about that, bro. Yeah, this one here. Let's take a picture of it. But these are some of the guidelines, because what I want y'all to do is to write a paper or a synopsis or something when it comes to what legacy you want to leave behind. We still in session. Yep.
I'm still alive. I buried a whole rack of them. I buried a bunch of them.
I don't know if she can make a copy of it for y'all.
I'm trying to see if I can see this on here.
Yeah. Because the reason why I say that, we want to, you need to, be able to articulate and express yourself and write it down on paper when it comes to what type of legacy you want to leave behind. And those are the guidelines when it comes to that. Yeah. So next time when we get together, because we are venturing out of the esteem building pyramid of knowledge, when it comes to one's emotions, but everything is still tied to the 5, being able to manage our feelings, being able to manage our emotions, our thoughts, our attitudes, the language of communication, as well as our behavior/activity. Next week, we're going to try to get into some conflict resolution. We're going to talk about conflict resolution. And because we have to do our best to be able to resolve conflict. You know what I'm saying? Look for alternative solutions. Look for mature solutions to immature problems. You know what I'm saying? And I like the word conflict in this wise. When you look at the word, I'm gonna give you a precursor. A precursor for it, on the basis of it. What I'm gonna talk about a little bit with some images. Then we want to deal with effective listening skills, ineffective listening skills. Hopefully I could do a little role play where somebody can read from effective listening skills and ineffective listening skills. But when I think of the word conflict, I'm a man of words. I like to think so anyway. And words for me, people say the word, I think of integrity. Integrity is your word, and your word is your bond. Yes. Because any people that have been so cheap, people who come to help people is to restore the dignity. Because people will treat you in a very indignified manner, and we wind up start treating ourselves in a dignified manner, and therefore we deem it as being disrespectful when somebody treats you less than with dignity. You know? So yeah. So when I think of the word conflict, I think of it this wise. You heard the word called a convict, right? A con. What is they trying to con? The picture. The image, because it's a what? It's a flick. Somebody, a snapshot. A pose, an image. Because they'll con you in this wise. You see someone. My man never said it better. You think that they are this and they are that. In all actuality, they ain't living up to what the image projects. Conflict. Think about this here now. Everyone is raised up from a knowledge base. If someone is conning your flick, your image, the image of how they want you to be seen, they will, since sensationalism, they will make you look like you are a criminal. They can make you like a criminal. They can make you like another good word. A what? An idiot? They're conning you. And then therefore you start seeing yourself as that. That's why they say in the field of substance abuse and mental abuse that are stigmatizing people. You can't stigmatize no one. Because you start to think, man, oh man, I am I'm an addict, or I am nobody, but you are somebody. And then it creates what? Conflict within your what? It creates conflict within yourself, man.
That's the main conflict.
Yeah. Conflict within yourself.
There's more conflict within yourself than anywhere else.
And then you start to what? You start to behave in that manner, man. Always in conflict with yourself.
Suppose you conflict with yourself every day over whatever. Look at the state of mind it put you in.
Yeah, man. State of mind. State
of mind be jealous.
Yep. Jealousy, hatred, envy, malice in your heart, resentment. They said of the guy who passed about 7 years ago, the singer who called him the king of pop, whatever that is. Michael Jackson, something like that.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Michael Jackson was bad dude, was crazy son of a gun. Where's it go? He said that his father helped him out a lot, but he had this. I don't know how true it is. Resentment.
Well, that's big time.
The father or him?
Nah, he had it for his father.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Now, because someone can help you, but yet they